What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. The biggest news on earth right now is that Joe Rogan and Donald Trump will be officially doing a podcast on Friday. I have been waiting for this. Two of the, arguably the most powerful men on earth, the biggest platforms, the biggest followings coming together to have very interesting conversation. Now, obviously, some of the most important questions to be asked are there space aliens, Mr. President? Did we do the moon landing, Mr. President? Are there aliens on the moon, Mr. President? Do we have alien bodies, Mr. President? You know how it's going to go. Who built the pyramids, Mr. President? Two men really respect each other. I can promise you one thing, though. Joe Rogan isn't paying to have Donald Trump on his podcast. Likewise, Donald Trump is not paying Joe Rogan to go on the podcast. Donald Trump is just uniquely interesting, powerful, and is on his way to becoming the next president of the United States. And so therefore newsworthy. Meanwhile, the Kamala campaign is having to go to much lesser streamers and offer bags of cash to bring them on. I'm not a hater. I have nothing wrong with Kai Cenat. What I'm saying here is that Joe Rogan's doing this podcast. Nobody has to offer anyone anything. Donald Trump's just newsworthy when he goes on a podcast. It's going to be the biggest podcast ever. Kai Cenat is not bigger than Joe Rogan, yet Kai Cenat is turning down Kamala Harris and freaking out about the number of Secret Service agents she sends to him with piles of money to try and get on his stream.
House in New York. Then on top of that, I got the Secret Service calling me 5 times. I don't know goddamn about politics, man. I don't know nothing. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
I got the Secret Service calling me 5 times to try and get Kamala Harris on the campaign. I'm not interested. I don't give an F. Kamala Harris is being rejected by everyone. Kai Cenat, one of the biggest streamers in the world. All love, no hate. After Kai Cenat exposed and denied Kamala Harris' campaign for reaching out for a collaboration, streamer FaZe comes forward to expose and denying requests for a collab as well. Oh boy. Now they're just taking turns. Tell
you one thing. Yo, Kamala Harris, stop hitting my team, you and the Secret Service, to do a stream. I am not doing a stream with any politicians, bro. Yo, Secret Service, stop hitting my team.
Look for the sub.
I'm not doing any stream, bro. Stop.
Okay. So, here's what we know. We know that the Democrat Party is desperate. So desperate that they are willing to pay massive bags of cash to influencers to try and repeat their propaganda. Those influencers could be dudes who have Instagram channels where they talk about politics and finance.
Just got a very interesting email. So for those of you who don't know, I am a critic of the current economy. And recently I've been posting my thoughts on the economy. And, obviously it's not good. I'm not saying it's Trump's fault. I'm not saying it's Biden's fault. I'm not saying it's anyone's fault. But obviously Biden is president and the economy sucks. So, naturally the blame lies on him. And some of these videos of me being extremely critical of the government have gone so viral that I was literally featured at 7 p.m. on primetime on Fox News the other night. And this morning I got an email from someone claiming to be from the Democratic Party. And they said, what would your rate be to post positive videos about Joe Biden? And I replied back, honestly, I know nothing about the economy. I don't pretend to know anything about the economy. And I know nothing about politics, and I'd rather stay out of it. After all, I'm just a normal guy. I'm not a politician. I'm not a conservative or a liberal talking point. I'm just a normal person. So they responded back, we understand you're not a fan of the Democrat Party right now. How much would it cost? I was like, you know what? I wonder how bad they want me to post this. 50 grand. And they said yes. For those of you that don't know anything about social media, I have another account that's massive. And for brand deals on my 3 million follower account, I get 5 grand. They offer me 50 grand for a video on this account with only 400,000 followers? I'm not gonna lie, I was very, very tempted, but I didn't do it.
Okay, so this is just, Democrat Party getting down on its knees to do anything to have young influencers influence them. Well, what aren't they willing to do? I think is maybe perhaps the better question. They're going to OnlyFans models now. So you'd be like the streamers, that makes sense. Got it. There's a bunch of dorky podcasts that Kamala Harris has done. The influencers, got it. That makes sense. The guy talks about finance and the state of the economy. Got it. But OnlyFans, really, guys? Really, guys? This is your strategy to reach men, huh?
I think I was taking ads by the time I graduated college from like the Biden administration and Planned Parenthood and like dating apps and stuff. So it was like fully financially, sustaining.
So you were getting, the Biden administration was buying ads from you?
Yeah, I was doing full on political propaganda.
And they would really? With like what kind of like Biden created 10 million jobs this year?
Yeah, honestly. And the funny thing is they're like, do not disclose this is an ad because, they're like, technically it's not a product. So you don't have to disclose it's an ad. Because I think they just wanted like some edgy girl of color to just tell people, like when they nominated like Ketanji Brown Jackson, they're like, can you say like as a person of color, that you feel reflected? And it's like a white woman emailing this to me. And she's like giving me this script. And I'm like, no. And she's like, please. And I'm
And that is OnlyFans creator Farah Khalidi. Don't follow. I don't have an OnlyFans. Haven't gotten to that stage of my career, and hope not to. And I think you should hope not to as well. Okay. So anyway, moving on. We have now a new rejection for Kamala Harris and the Democrat Party that has to pay everyone who supports and endorses them massive bags of money, from OnlyFans to big-time streamers. Dave Portnoy, owner of Barstool Sports, has rejected Kamala Harris' interview requests and insists he's turned down Donald Trump too. Oh, very interesting. So apparently, Kamala Harris has been begging for an interview with Barstool Sports. They're, of course, hemorrhaging men, and they assume that men all like or read Barstool Sports. So here's the clip from this morning that's going viral.
I can't imagine. Both of them, I think, are going on Rogan, like talking for like 2 hours on Rogan's insane. I mean, call her daddy got spoofed. Alex is on SNL. Yeah, that was. I mean, it's crazy. Alex is getting Trump's calling her dumb. It's the.
She wanted to come on PMT.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, hell no.
Kamala said she wanted to do something with Jack Mack.
Yeah, Jack Mack.
Yeah, so they wanted to go on a popular podcast. Pardon my take. Donald Trump, however, went on a Barstool Sports podcast, busting with the boys. Very, very nice little ratio here. Donald Trump in the green, 15,000 likes, 600 dislikes. Hell yeah, Donald Trump has gone on Barstool podcast and was interviewed by Dave Portnoy. Dave Portnoy talking about how he's rejected Kamala Harris. Oh boy, the joy is gone. Jeez, let's go.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So you said no to Vice President Harris?
The way it was presented was they reached out which who knows whether they would have then researched it. She asked to do BFF Jack Mack, which is nuts. Yeah.
He wouldn't have said no.
And PMT.
Right.
I don't even know if I got back to him. I said
imagine
no.
Hank questioning her.
Jack Mack.
PMT said no. I said no on behalf of BFFs. Now, again, whether they would have regrouped and been like, no, but if I'm going to do it, I wouldn't. First of all, I don't think I'd want to do it. But second of all, if I were going to do it, I want to do it with other people because my opinions on politics aren't theirs. So
haven't you said prior if the other side asked you would?
That's always on like when I did Trump, I asked to do Biden at the time. That's more like networks like CNN and things like that, but they're generally like interviewing me. My issue with doing like Trump or Kamala, I try to get that right, is like if you're asking people things and they're answering them and you don't know if the answers are true or not, and you don't have enough information to push back and you just kind of accept it, if you're doing that I don't like. And
you look like a moron.
Yeah. So it's a real fine line. I would love to, like, she did an interview last night on Fox. I didn't think she came across very well.
I thought she was better than I thought she was going to be, though. Like, she was better than I didn't think it was great, but better than I thought it was going to be.
But she doesn't answer anything.
Oh, I know, but she got through it. Like, I thought it was going to be a disaster.
Wasn't it 20 minutes? Wasn't it supposed to be long?
Yeah.
But like I said on all these shows, I don't know what to believe when I'm reading Twitter, but I saw reports that her staff's like, end.
I think that was true because he was looking to the side.
So I'm guessing.